This is NDTV, and you're watching NDTV Profit in association with NSC.
Welcome back to our very special segment, Rebooting India on NDTV Profit, and joining us right now, a very, very special guest, Dr. Jyotsna Suri, who takes over as FICCI President on the 19th of this month. She's currently President-elect of FICCI and, of course, will share with us the view on the hospitality and tourism sector as well. Many thanks, Dr. Suri, for joining us and sharing your views. Let me start by asking you about the huge focus on tourism that the Modi government has laid, visa on arrivals, among a number of other initiatives. Do you see all of that having a major impact?
Absolutely. I think we have a Prime Minister who understands the relevance and the potential of tourism, and he has been putting a focus on it for a while now. Visa on arrival for 43 countries is going to be a big boost for us. Just to let you know that we are number 42nd in ranking for foreign tourist arrivals. The first one being France, followed by America. Now, this is going to give some boost to us, because I hate to share the number, but we are only sitting at 6.9 million tourist arrivals, whereas a country like Thailand is getting close to 26 or 27 million.
Terrible numbers indeed, Dr. Suri, that you've shared with us, but obviously this government trying to change all of that, laying a lot of emphasis on attracting tourists from around the world. Do you feel that campaigns like the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan have a lot of impact on overall improving India's image and also attracting the kind of numbers that the government is talking about?
Absolutely. You know, one of the biggest negatives that we have is the condition of our cities, of our tourist destinations. Swachh Bharat is definitely going to cause a huge amount of improvement in particularly the destinations and the experience that a tourist will have when he comes into India.
Okay, so let's focus specifically on some of the problems that are being faced by the tourism and hospitality sectors in India. What are some of those problems, and what are the initiatives that the government needs to take to ensure that we can see a revival in these sectors?
Well, of course, visas was a major issue, which the government is already looking at. The other is connectivity. We have very poor connectivity. You know, you come into Delhi, come into Mumbai, Bangalore, post which where do you go and how do you go? So connectivity is a big issue. The other is poor infrastructure, particularly at some of our very, very prominent tourist destinations itself. So if the government can put a little bit more focus on creating better connectivity and better infrastructure, I think the experience for the tourist is going to be very good.
Okay. Dr. Suri, how bad is the situation with regard to the hospitality sector right now? We know the slowdown has had a major impact, but share with us in terms of the kind of distress that the sector is facing because of the slowdown. How bad is it really?
Well, why only hospitality sector? I think industry per se, enterprise per se, has been hit by the slowdown. The industry, the hospitality industry itself is showing a little bit of improvement vis-a-vis, I would say, perhaps the room occupancy levels are slightly better. But because our operational costs are so high, our profitability has really shrunk. So a lot of us are struggling from that element. Hopefully, when there is a better economic scenario, it will obviously benefit everyone, and our industry will also benefit by it.
All right, Dr. Suri, you will be taking over as FICCI President in a matter of days. Firstly, many, many congratulations. It would be great to see a woman leading the industry body. Share with us what is the agenda that you've set out for yourself during your presidency?
Well, what I propose to do is I propose to work collaboratively with the government and the industry, so that we can improve enterprise in this country. And if I'm able to even conclude one or two elements, I will consider my agenda fulfilled.
All right, that's very humble of you to say like that. But if you could share with us what you think the performance of the Modi government has been in the first 6 months from an economic standpoint. Share with us how you would rate the performance of the government.
Well, I think the biggest achievement that the Modi government has achieved is that Mr. Modi has established Brand India all over the world. There is a pride in being Indian, and because of this and because of his travels and the kind of attention that he has got while he's been on his overseas travels, there is an interest in India, and I think that is a very good beginning. However, I think we still need to give them more time. 6 months is too short a time to actually gauge the performance of a government.
Okay, so share with us what the business sentiment is right now. What's the mood of corporate India looking like? Have the animal spirits been able to revive now? And going forward, do we expect a major change coming there?
The mood of corporate India is, I would say, good. Sentiment is also good, but will it transfer into investment, more investment? That is yet to be seen. But I think that's a good beginning. I mean, there was a huge question mark on all of us. We all internally had huge question marks on our own selves. At least that is not there anymore. So I would say the mood and sentiment good. The transferring into industry, into investment, I think we need to give some more time for that.
Okay, that was my next question really, the fact that real investments on the ground are not taking place right now. What needs to be done so that we can make sure that the investment cycle gets started?
The investment cycle will start. There are certain avenues that have been opened up by the Prime Minister. Make in India for one, your Delhi-Mumbai corridor for another, the smart cities for a couple of other, Clean Ganga initiative. Now all these are going to attract a huge amount of investment, but yes, we need to wait for some time.
Okay, Dr. Suri, we've been seeing the stock markets, the equity markets making record highs. Of course, today they're trading weak, but all in all, we're in a bull market, and many continue to argue that perhaps markets are way ahead of what's really happening in the real economy. Would you share that view that markets are not really reflecting the reality of the economy right now?
I think they're just reflecting the mood. I would not say, stock markets can be, they can actually be very misleading, and I don't think that we can actually gauge the quality of investment by that. However, they are certainly reflecting the mood and the sentiment, which is good at this point of time.
And clearly one thing that's driving up markets right now is hope and expectation from the winter session of Parliament. Do you believe this will be a session which will end up with a lot of business being done, a lot of legislations being passed, particularly on the economic standpoint, hope and expectation that the government will be able to get a lot of business done in this session? Do you think that's looking like a reality?
But actually we have to wait for the winter session to be over to really know what is going to happen. But what is industry looking at? I mean, I think we're looking at the quick implementation of GST, if that happens. We're looking at the change in the land acquisition law and the bill, and perhaps the insurance bill. So we're looking at some elements like that which would give us boost.
Okay, so that's your wish list as far as the winter session goes. Dr. Suri, share with us the industry's wish list for the budget. I know it's a long one, but do share with us some of the big priorities that you intend to push forward as FICCI president with the government.
Industry's wish list is huge. It can be never ending. I'd take the whole day to get through that. However, again, I think what we are looking at is the GST for sure, the implementation of the GST or the speedy implementation of the GST. Some element of reform, yes, of course. Like I mentioned, the land acquisition bill. I think these moves will definitely boost investment in the country. The last budget for Mr. Jaitley was really, it was like a makeshift budget and this is his true test. So we've got some hopes, and let's wait and see what happens.
Right, Dr. Suri, the budget is still a while away, but we've got the RBI credit policy tomorrow. Do you think the time is right for Dr. Rajan to go ahead and cut rates? What would be your message as the industry spokesperson to Dr. Rajan just ahead of the RBI policy?
I can just tell Dr. Rajan that we are all working for the banks only. Whatever we earn, we give away. I would urge him, truly urge him, to look at it, because That is what is holding back investment right now. Borrowing rates are so high that it is becoming difficult for Indian investment to go forward. So I think if that happens, we would get a big boost.
All right, Dr. Jyotsna Suri, let's hope that Dr. Rajan is listening, at least from the industry's point of view, that has been calling for a rate cut for a very long time. Of course, we'll know only tomorrow what Dr. Rajan has finally decided to do with regard to interest rates. Many thanks, Dr. Jyotsna Suri, for joining us and sharing your views. With that, it's time for a quick break. On the other side, we'll do a check on the markets with our special market guest joining us, G. Chokalingam, Economics Research and Advisory, and Lancelot Dicuna, CEO of ITI Wealth Management, join us for their view on the markets.